we have some pure awakened PvP teams. Look at that. We're good to go, my friends. We got 3 different teams for you here today. We got an attack team, a heal team, and a mid-range team. They all make a huge difference when you're playing all your opponents here in CookieRun Kingdom Arena, Shifting Balance Season 3, and going forward. With that, we're going to break it all down in today's episode. Thank you for tuning in. As always, questions, comments, let me know. We'd love to see you in our amazing Discord server, and I appreciate the support. All right, so here we go. First and foremost, what is new? We do have the Awakened Pure Vanilla, finally, my friends, here as the #1 free-to-play player. It took us a little bit. However, we honor our code when it comes to free-to-play, 200% here. So what does that mean? A couple things here. We did show how you get this as that free-to-play player, a very popular guide here on the channel. So now we got PvP. How are we going to use this cookie today in CookieRun Kingdom Arena? So a couple things. We got a couple different teams. The first team that we have is this one here. This is our more attack oriented team. Couple of reasons for that. We have 3 key attackers here between Golden Cheese. We have the lovely Shadow Milk, and on top of that, Wind Archer. Very, very popular here in terms of these 3 as being 3 key attackers. Now, a couple things here on the front runner. There are some different pieces in this particular meta going on. I'll do a meta breakdown video here as we always do for March. However, a couple things to keep in mind. We now see the resurgence of Elder Fairy. So Elder Fairy is in here. Very, very interesting to see this one. Lots of great things that you can do by having this one in the front, and certainly most of you can read this. That is very, very important. Now, some people will sub in this one right here. Crimson Coral. Crimson Coral can also work very well in this space. The key with Crimson Coral, though, is this cookie can only be the only one frontline cookie. So if you kind of pull with that mid-range one that we'll talk about in a little bit, or you run a little bit more of a turtle strategy, as we like to call it, you can only have Crimson Coral in there, sort of like Elder Fairy, so that swap works. Now, if you don't want to use that, I want to give you one other one or 2 other ones. You can try and throw in, because we've already hit our max here on the team limits, you can throw in another defense or charge type cookie. That's going to be the key for you there, depending on what you're trying to do. That is why you see Elder Fairy here and Crimson Coral in terms of trying to take advantage of these, because we did hit our team limits. So just making sure that you're aware of those pieces. Now, when it comes to, again, the style, we're running 1 front one, 3 attackers, and then 1 healer with PV, my friends. Now, when it comes to our treasures, a couple things that you can do here. You can still run with this, what I call revive, survive ability here with our Sugar Swan's Shining Feather to get lots more of that. We also have our Vial of Raging Dunes for those pieces as well. And then additionally, a couple things here that you can also swap around is you can use more defense if you want to with attack. If you want to move a little bit more attack oriented, you can use these. You could swap in Squishy Jelly Watch. You could try to go a little bit more on the speed side. However, one of the other ones that you might see that's a lot of fun is Hollyberry Royal Necklace. This thing is really popular. It's a good swap here for the revive because it grants that curse protection and an HP shield to all cookies of the team. So that's one of the major reasons why it's in there as well, to protect those pieces. So we're going to run with this one though, because I like it for now. And again, Hollyberry is a good one in there. Certainly we can move those around. So I wanted to give you those ideas. Now, when it comes to our gear, a couple things. We do all the gear guides here on the channel. You can check those out. We like to update them fairly often. Plus, on top of that, with our new cookies. However, a couple things to understand here. My stuff isn't always perfectly built. As a free-to-play player, we make a lot of investments in this game with time, right? So a couple things though to pay attention to. You can definitely probably want to be on solid almond here for that survivability. You want this cookie to survive up front. That's kind of how we have it set up on our biscuit as well. Here we're on attack. A lot of times you're going to want to be on cooldown here. I like attack, however, cooldown, ideally you want to get to those 2-second starts or better. That's going to be the key. Here we're at a 4-second start, so keep those things in mind. I think it does reset really quick. In terms of our biscuit and gear, we're on Earth, so we're going to stay on Earth right there because I want lots and lots of damage. And then additionally here, we're on cooldown. You do want to get PV going fast. And then additionally here, we're on a 2-second start. If we look at this beast kit, I got tons of damage resist bypass. I got attack if we want to go that route, and survivability. So again, lots of options there. I'm going to go with attack. Now, ideally what you want to do is get lots and lots of damage in, get some big hits against your opponents to take this thing home. All right, let's take this team out for a spin so that you can see exactly how it's going to work. We'll go find one right here. All right, a little bit more aggressive in terms of what we have in our opponent here. Let's go ahead and get into it. There is no fast forwarding, so we are going to check this out. I guess if I cut the episode out, then you can do it, but I don't do that, my friends. We do it raw, we do it real, and we go from there, my friends. All right, so here we go. Again, the key is gain as much damage in. As you can see here, we've got a little bit more of a tanky team relative to what we have. There we go. And we're slowly chipping down. That burning spice is a little bit of a challenge here. However, we were able to outcome and overcome our opponent here, Crumbleton, and didn't lose a single cookie, my friends, and didn't trigger a single revive, at least yet. Yeah, there we go. We made it through. So look at that. Now, one of the benefits of my team versus this one in that particular round was that I do have a little bit higher power level, as you can see, but not a little 800, a little bit. So now let's go ahead. We got this one over here, a little bit different. This one's got a little bit more heal power to it, a little bit more spread on the attack. So we'd call this a heal team for some extent. So now we get to see how this one does against something different here. All right, let's go for it. Can I speed this up? We can speed it up. There we go, 2.5. Again, golden cheese, staying alive, elder fairy. Let's go, team. There we are. We haven't hit a revive yet. We're still good in that space. So not bad at all, my friends, from that one in particular. Let's go ahead and take on our last one here. A little bit different, as you can see. We're going to have to find out what it looks like. There it is. So again, a little bit more attack oriented here and on the double heal side with Cream Ferret. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh, they got golden cheese in that one, my friends. But again, we're still sitting nicely there. Lots of great revives and survivability with that setup, my friends. All right, so there we have it. We're going to quickly knock down the other two so that we can reset the board, because why not? I want to take advantage of that and keep on moving. And you can see how quickly we should be able to whip on Frost Queen. And there we have it. Lots of survivability, my friends. We love that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right, into the 70s we go. One more. Very, very quick here. Oh, such a fun team. Now, once this resets, we're going to go through on the next team for you here so that you can see exactly how that one's going to run. That was fast. We have some fun with that. I love that. All right, here we go. Get some reset. Perfect. Nice reset. All right, here we go. Back to our attackers. In the next one here, we are going to cover what we will call our mid-range team. Okay, so what the mid-range team is, we're running 2 in the front here. Okay, so we got 2 key cookies in the front supporting 2 attackers plus PV. So what we've lost here, though, is again 1 attacker. What we saw in the last one is it worked fairly well, sticking with what we had. Now in our case here, again, we're now shifting some of that attack into the more survivability in the front. We also get the advantage with Burning Spice as also being a nice damage dealer, and being a little bit more tanky for that survivability. Now we can't use Crimson Coral. You could, but you're not going to be able to get the full advantage here. Ideally, you're going to want to be on Elder Fairy on the 2 in the front, again, because we do have these team limits. You could swap Wind Archer maybe for Creme Brulee, and then open up this slot maybe for something like our buddy Dark Cacao here. Instead, those are some other options. Other things that you could think about there, you could throw in something like Financier Cookie for that survivability as well. That's another great swap in terms of those pieces, plus with the magic candies and those kinds of ideas. So trying to think about some of those items and how you want to play around can make a big difference for your particular team. Now, again, we're staying on the same treasures. We talked about that in the first team, so we're going to stick with that. And in terms of our gear, a couple things here. Burning Spice, we are on attack. You want to be definitely attack forward. You can keep this one as your solid almond or that survivability, because that's kind of a nice. So think about it in terms of your team. If you only had this one, you can still be on attack or you can try to go on that solid almond side. We're going to keep these ones all the same between cooldown or attack from those perspectives, my friends. All right, so there we go in terms of our second team, the mid-range team here. Let's warm up with this one here so that you can see this, and then we'll go pick on a little bit harder team here, my friends, with this today. All right, here we go. Look at that, look at that. Nice. Oh, we lost PV. PV's coming back. Uh-oh, PV, come on, PV. There we go. Ooh, we lost PV. We got the revive in there. Ooh, scary stuff. All right, there we go. Moving on up. Look at that. Love it. To Elite 3, my friends. All right, so we'll take on a little bit harder team here. In this case, we are right about even. They're a little bit more higher on the power level. You can see what they're running. They got Great Sage's Gem instead, so they got higher damage resist. Great idea. You could also use that swap too, my friends. We're running our PV here, mid-range team. Now, this one can be a little bit tricky. They're going to keep their healer alive here because we're not going to be able to hit snap. They got 2 good damage dealers and another good mid-range setup here. Let's go ahead and see how this goes for us. This one could be a very tight battle. Now, again, one of the reasons why I like showing these things is you got to really think about your team against your opponent's team as you want to climb and continue to climb. As you can see there, they're getting absolute tons and tons of damage through as they have that really solid mid-range group because they're all on 2-second cooldowns. So that's one of the things that you need to be aware of when you run into an opponent like that. Look at that. Very nice, my friend. So very important to understand those things. In that case, I would swap my team if I had another opportunity to play that one a little bit differently. Back down. All right, so again, here we go. Let's go over here. This is similar to what we talked about before. This is our opponent on the team that we just played, so now we can try out our mid-range against that one. We're just slightly higher on the power level there. We'll see. I'd probably run a little bit of a different team on this one. They're a nice 34k rank, a little bit higher than us. We'll see how this goes. If they're not able to get all that DPS out right away, it's going to make a huge solid difference for us. Looks like that's slowly working. We'll find out though. Oof, huge. So this is a nice counter then, ultimately against the team that we ran in the first time. Again, spreading a couple things out, getting a little bit more off the damage into that mid-range, which can make a difference. So they all kind of play against each other, and something to continue to think about. Very nice. We're going to clear this one real quick. We'll clear the next one, and then we'll go talk about our next team, because that was a great one to end on in terms of, love it, look at that, in terms of how we are set up and how our teams are set up for today, and giving you some alternative ideas as we go through. All right, we got that one cleared. We're on to our last clear here, and then we're going to go through our last team, my friends, and hopefully continue to climb. I love it. We're doing good in Kingdom Arena here. Let's go, team. Nice, easy peasy. On to the next one. All right, so here's what we got going on. Next, we have already completed a couple things. We've gone through our attack team, well, PV, our attack team, our mid-range team. So the last one that we have is a heal team, okay? So a couple things on our heal team. What we've done here is we've taken advantage of the 4 team limits once again. We got PV in here, and then we're taking on our 2 damage dealers plus 1 Burning Spice in the front, and then Snapdragon. So again, with that ethereal being able to go around and staying in there, the snap and Shadow Milk make a really big difference for some of that survivability. We're going to stay on these treasures for now. However, you've seen a lot of other ideas and things that you can use for your particular team. And then additionally, my friends, once again on the gear, similar to everything that we've done, the biggest thing is you're just going to want cooldown on Snapdragon there. That's much better. You can get much better beast kit than me. However, those things are very important, and try and getting to that 2-second drop as always. So this is our last team, our heal team, my friends. Let's go ahead and take it on. We're at 3.3. Let's do a warm-up one here. We should hopefully be able to take this one down. However, I love that they got Moonlight in there as well. Makes for a fun difference. Look at that. They're doing pretty good against us right now, but we're starting to turn it back around. Ooh, here we go. Here we go. Now, you saw that we did trigger on the revive and survive. All right. There we go. Not a ton, but we got it done. All right, into the next one here. Let's go against this one. So again, this is that core beginning team that we saw. They're on Hollyberry, they're on the Vial of Raging Dunes. Let's go for it here today against the Elder Fairy attack team. 58 versus 58. Now, there once again, PV's getting killed right out of the gate. We're not getting enough damage in yet. There we go. It's a big hit. We need some bigger hits, my friends. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Uh-oh, PV's down. PV's down. And so is our opponent, my friends. Look at that. We were able to make that one work. Very nice there with our double heal team. Pretty close to lower. We're still a little bit higher in power level. Let's go ahead here. We've got 2 left. This one's a little bit different. Let's go ahead and take on this attack team here. They're a little bit higher on that power level. We're slightly over them though. We'll see if we can take down Dragon's Den. Now they're really going to be able to crank on it out of the gate, but big thing for us is, again, that long-term sustainability through those heals and that survival. We know that they're going to be able to knock us down right away, but being able to pop back up, and by that time, we've overcome and overpushed on their attackers or their defense, my friends. So there we have it. We have absolutely had a beautiful, beautiful run today here on Kingdom Arena, Shifting Balance 3. We've covered all the pure vanilla teams, well, at least 3 key teams that I always like to have, which is, once again, our attack, our attack team, our mid-range team, and our heal team, giving us 3 alternative ideas to play around with against our opponents, and we've broken everything down for you here today. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you still got a question, if you got a comment, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to see you in our amazing community Discord server. On top of that, we love seeing your posts all the time. With that, my friends, thank you as always for your support. I truly appreciate it. And with that, we'll see you again soon. Till next time, my friends, best of luck in Kingdom Arena and your pure vanilla teams. We'll see you, and keep on running.